Welcome to 30-Second Chances, where we ask deep, contemplative questions and provide far too little time to formulate thoughtful, reflective answers. My guest today is Senior Director of Marketing at QSC, Ray Van Straten. Ray, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you today, Daniel?
Fantastic. Thank you very much. All right, you know the dance, 30 seconds on the clock,
Sir.
and then on to the next question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. Question number one. How would you describe your job to a 5-year-old?
I tell stories. I tell wonderful stories about people that make magical sounds with these things, and it makes them happy and it makes other people happy. And then I show them ways that they can pay the people that pay me money, and then they can be happy too.
Wow.
You did say 5-year-old.
That's impressive. Okay, next question. If you had a mini-me that was 12 inches tall, what tasks would you assign to him?
Oh, anything having to do with straightening up my office or my personal space. I'm like, I don't know, I guess it's like Pigpen or something from Charlie Brown. You sort of see the trail. Like you could tell wherever I've been in the house, now that we've been in the house for like a year, you know where I've been. So I would have mini-me just follow me around and just with a little dustpan and clean up after me.
I love it. Somebody was telling me recently that their idea was to, because husband and wife both worked at home together,
right?
They made up a fictitious person to blame things on. Martha keeps leaving her dirty water glasses all over the...
As if you don't have a dog. Otherwise, you just blame the dog for stuff.
Exactly, all the time, yes. Next question. If you wore a 10-gallon hat, what would you be hiding underneath it?
A 9-gallon hat. No. It would have to be some kind of contraband. For sure. What exactly? Because it would be too obvious that nobody would say, well, there's actually something hiding under that hat. So they would just let you go. It'd be too obvious. If you want to hide something, you look inconspicuous hiding it. But if you look completely conspicuous, then you can hide whatever you want under there. So yeah, some kind of contraband. I don't know.
Next question. You've just had a huge blowout with your significant other. What's the first album you put on and why?
I would say the Nat King Cole Story.
Ooh.
I love Nat King Cole like crazy. Him and Oscar Peterson are my musical heroes. And anytime I listen to them, it just elevates me from wherever I'm at. So, yeah.
Well, I had the good fortune to meet Oscar. And
as did I.
What a wonderful fella.
So sweet. Gregarious man.
Next question. If you could have one pointless or semi-useless superpower, what would it be and why?
Oh, it's funny you should ask me this. I just said this to somebody the other day. Do you ever have a conversation or watch a movie or TV show and you go, oh, well, that's an hour of my life I'll never get back, right? So people always want to time travel. I only want to time travel like 2 hours, just so I never have to say, oh, that's an hour of my life I'll never get back. I don't want to do the whole big time travel. It sounds really complicated and you can mess up the future or the past, but I just want to make believe that last thing never happened.
So short rewind, man.
Short, yeah. Yeah, on some of your apps, you get like that 30-second rewind thing.
Yeah.
I have enough clicks of those to be able to go.
Perfect.
Not go all the way back to the beginning, but just a little bit.
I love it. Next question. What's the weirdest thing you believed as a small child?
Our parents always told us that, and we believed it too, that if we drank coffee, we would get red hair. And it wasn't until I was a teenager that I ever dared to drink coffee because I was afraid of red hair. Not that there's anything wrong with red hair, but they were just saying that. And I was perfectly happy with my hair as it was. And I didn't want it to turn red, I guess before a certain age. So, and that's what they taught us. And me and my sisters, we believed them.
That's weird.
We really believe them.
That's interesting. I actually remember somebody else telling me that Their father used to tell them that when the ice cream truck came around, that he only played music when he was out of ice cream.
Smart.
Now that's cruel. Yes. Okay, next question. What would 15-year-old you be most and least impressed with about present day you?
Least impressed with my hair, for sure, because I had nice hair as a 15-year-old. I had rock and roll hair. So most impressed, probably that I'm still playing, because music was always a thing. I actually did have a musician life at one time, and that I'm still playing, and I can actually, and I have a roof over my head. I think 15-year-old would be impressed at just at that. I don't know, but the hair thing for real.
Hey,
sure.
that's a style too, man. Come on,
It's a style. Not when I was 15, it wasn't.
Good point. Okay, next question. What's the worst mistake you've ever made in a professional setting?
Musically professional or sort of business professional?
Whatever works, man.
Musically professional. I forgot to undo the transpose button one time when I was accompanying a singer.
Oops.
And we had a train wreck on like when the song started. So that was just god awful in front of an audience and everything. And I think business wise, there's so many. Where do I start? Holy cow. All right. Taking a job that I knew I was going to hate with people I knew I wasn't going to like. And so that was a bad mistake. And that's 1 year of my life I'll never get back again. See, there's that time travel.
You need a rewind switch for that one, definitely. Right? Okay, next question. Steve Irwin has you in a headlock. What is he telling the audience about you and your native habitat?
He is saying that he doesn't quite understand how everything all works together. Like it's sort of executive over here and crazy over here and artful over here and natural over here. And he says, and he's trying to process how it all fits together, and he's unable to process it. So
sounds like the story of my life. Yeah.
It's all just a jumble.
Okay, next question. What's the most creative backhanded compliment you've ever received?
Okay, somebody you and I know, she'll go unnamed. I was put in a position of responsibility to put on a trade show or help execute a trade show for the first time. And this person walked into the booth, and the first thing out of their mouth was, well, this is certainly different.
I can guess who that someone is.
Perhaps. Yeah, there were some things that were not so complimentary that came afterward, but upon further reflection, they sort of chose to walk some of that stuff back. And I saw that people actually dug it and had a good time, so
I love
that's
it.
okay.
Okay, that concludes our questions. I'm now going to put 30 seconds more on the clock and allow you to either answer for me a question you wish I had asked, or shamelessly plug something, ask me a question, pontificate on life in general. It's 30 seconds. It's all yours. Go.
All right, I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh, shit, I hate when
This is like number 70 something of these things, so which is wonderful. Congrats on that. Super entertaining. My question for you is, after doing this with 70 some people, what are your top 2 key takeaways from having done this?
I would say, firstly, that you can never judge a book by its cover. As I mentioned earlier, some of the people who I never expected would be tongue-tied have turned out to be. And some of the people who I expected to be absolute sticks in the mud turned out to be hilarious. And I guess the other takeaway from it is I had no idea I knew this many people.
That's wonderful. That's a measure of a life well lived, sir.
I think so. Either that or just somebody who spends way too much time socializing with people in our industry. I don't know, but it kind of blows my mind. I keep, and I think the weirdest thing about it was when I started this, I actually started it as a joke, and I expected to do like a couple of them just as a gimmick, and just put them up and never think about it again. And people kept contacting me and saying, "Oh, can I do one?" oh, this is great. And before I know it, yeah, I mean, yes, this is, I think we've already dropped something like 70 some odd of these, but I'm shooting for at least 100 at this point. What the hell?
No, I think it's awesome. Just keep going. I think it's great fun. And
It is. Yeah.
I don't know why you asked me to do it, but I appreciate the opportunity. This was fun.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Ray Van Straten, thank you so much for being my guest.
My pleasure, Daniel. Bye.